The rape of Lucrece. The argument. Lucius Tarquinius, for his excessive pride and surnamed Superbus, after he had caused his own father-in-law Servius Tullius to be cruelly murdered, and, contrary to the Roman laws and customs, not requiring or staying for the people's suffrages, had possessed himself of the kingdom, went, accompanied with his sons and other noblemen of Rome, to besiege Ardea, during which siege the principal men of the many meeting one evening at the tent of Sextus Tarquinius, the king's son, in their discourses, after supper everyone commended the virtues of his own wife, among whom Collatinus extolled the incomparable chastity of his wife Lucretia. In that pleasant humour they posted to Rome, and intending by their secret and sudden arrival to make trial of that which every one had before avouched. Only Collatinus finds his wife, though it were late in the night, spinning amongst her maids. The other ladies were all found dancing and reveling, or in several disports, whereupon the nobleman yielded to Collatinus the victory and his wife and the fame. At that time, Sextus Tarquinius, being inflamed with the Lucrece beauty, yet smothering his passions for the present, departed with the rest back to the camp, from whence he shortly after privately withdrew himself, and was, according to his estate, royally entertained and lodged by Lucrece at Colentium. The same night he treacherously stealeth into her chamber, violently ravished her, and early in the morning speedeth away. Lucrece, in this lamentable flight, hastily dispatcheth messengers, one to Rome for her father, another to the camp for Colentine. They came, the one accompanied with Junius Brutus, the other with Publius Valerius, and finding Lucrece attired in mourning habit, demanded the cause of her sorrow. She, first taking on oath on them for her revenge, revealed to the actor and whole matter of his dealing, and withal suddenly stabbed herself, which done, with one consent they all vowed to root out of the whole hated family of the Tarquins, and bearing the dead body to Rome. Brutus acquainted the people with the doer and manner of the vile deed, with a bitter invective against the tyranny of the king, wherewith the people were so moved, with that one consent and the general acclamation, the Tarquins were all exiled, and the state government changed from kings to consuls. From the besieged Ardea, in all in post, borne by the trustless wings false desire, lest brief Tarquin leave the Roman law host. The Colentum bears a lightless fire, which in pale it looks to aspire, and girdle with embracing flames of the waist of Colentine's fair love, Lucrece the chaste. Happily the name of chaste, unhappily set this baitless edge on his keen appetite, when Colentine unwisely did not let the praise, the clear, unmatched, red and white, which triumphed in the sky of his delight, where mortal stars, as bright as heaven's beauties, with pure aspects did him peculiar duties. For he the night before in Tarquin's tent, unlocked the treasure of his happy estate. What priceless wealth in the heavens had him lent in the possession of his beauteous mate, reckoning his fortune at such high proud rate that kings might be espoused to more fame, but king nor peer to such a peerless dame. O happiness enjoyed it but a few, and it possessed as soon decayed and done as is the morning silver melting dew against the golden splendor of the sun, an expired date, cancelled ere well begun. Honor and beauty in the owner's arms are weakly forced from the ward of harms. Beauty itself doth of itself persuade the eyes of men without an orator. What needeth then apologies may be made to set forth in that which is so singular, or why the Collatine, the publisher of that rich jewel, he should keep unknown from thievish ears, because it is his own? Perchance his boast of Lucrece sovereignty suggested his proud issue of the king, for by our ears our hearts obtained be. Perchance every is ever so rich a thing, brave and compare, disdainfully did sting his eye pitched thoughts, that vainer men should vaunt that golden hap which their superiors want, but some ultimately thought did instigate his all too timeless speed, if none of those, his honor, his affairs, his friends, his estate, neglected all, with swift intent he goes to quench the coal which in his liver glows, O rash false heat, wrapped in repentant cold, the hasty spring still blasts, and near grows old. When at Collentium this false lord arrived, was he welcomed by the Roman dame, within whose face beauty and virtue strived, which of them both should underprop her fame. When virtue bagged, beauty would blush for shame. When beauty boasted blushes in despite, virtue would stain that o'er with silver height. The beauty in that white attitude from Venus doves both doth challenge that fair field, then virtue claims from beauty's which virtue gave the golden age of guile to guile their silver cheeks, and called it then their shield, teaching them thus to use in the fight when shame assaulted the red should fence the white. This heraldry in Lucrece's face was seen, argued by beauty's red and virtue white, of either color was the other queen, proving from world's minority the right, yet their ambition makes them all to fight, the sovereignty of either being so great that oft they interchange each other's seat. Their silent war of lilies and of roses, which Tarquin viewed in her fair face's field in their pure ranks, his traitor eye encloses, where lest between them both it should be killed, and the coward captive being vanquished doth yield to those two armies that would let him go, rather than triumph in so false a foe. Now thinks he that her husband's shallow tongue, the niggard prodigal that praised herself in that high task hath done, her beauty Rome, which her far exceeds him barren skill to show. Therefore, how praised which Collatine doth owe, enchanted Tarquin answered with some surmise, in silent wonder of still gazing eyes. This earthly saint, adored by this devil, little suspicious, and the false worshipper, for unstained thoughts to solden dream unable, for it's never limed no secret, bushes fear, so guiltless she securely gives good cheer, and reverend welcome to her pricelessly guest woes, whose inward ill no outward harm expressed. For that he coloured with his eye high estate, hiding base in sin in plain plants of majesty, that nothing in him seemed inordinate, save something too much wonder of his eye, which having all could not satisfy, but poorly rich, so wanteth in his store, that cloyed with much he pinneth still for more.